Welcome back to another episode of Aussie Bucking. Tyson's been busy again on Marketplace and he's come across a little perler. This saw come up for sale and Tyson said, "Dad, this is cheap. We need to buy this saw, or you need to buy it," because Tyson hasn't got any money left for buying all his saws. I had a little bit of money laying around, luckily for me, but the guy didn't want much money for it. I don't think he realised what it really was. We think it's pretty good saw, very good saw, and they're getting harder and harder to get. We find them on Marketplace or anywhere for sale that there's very few around, but they are very good. I've owned this one here for a while now, and after using this one here, I fell in love with the 65, so I reckon they're a great machine, a great weight, great power they make. I'm a 55 fan, but I'm quickly becoming a 65 fan now, because these are a pretty good saw. So we're going to do a comparison today on these saws. So they're both running what size bars, Tyson?
18-inch bars.
Yeah, and what sort of chains they're running today, each one?
The new one's got a 3/8 semi-chisel Oregon chain, and that one's running a Husqvarna semi-chisel as well.
Yeah, both on Husky bars, so they're both in comparison, but this one here is how old? The new one?
That's a 2006.
And this is a 2000 model, is that right?
Yep, straight 2000.
So there's 6 years between, I think they ran a few years they run them for. And also they did an XP in them too, did they, Tyson?
No, X-Torque.
X-Torque, sorry, yeah, an X-Torque they did on these ones too, which we're not overly keen on. We don't know much about the X-Torque stuff, and if it's any good or not, but we like these older saws, perhaps. Did I get to the price, Tyson, did I?
Not sure.
No, I think I did. But he wanted $500 for them, and Tyson talked down to $450, so which is a real bargain. But in that $450, I got a box with it, a spare chain, and a bit of a sharpening gear, and also that's thrown in. So I've got a little Husky now at 137, which I do my little stuff with. It's a good little saw. And I probably don't really need this one here, really, but I might clean it up. And keep it for a while, but sell it on. So I'll probably get $100 for it. So really this saw here only cost me $350, which is a real bargain. And it was a mess. It was complete. It was the dirtiest chainsaw I've ever seen, ever. And I've seen some, I brought some bad ones, and I've seen some people who don't particularly clean them all that well after use. But this one here was an absolute mess. I've got photos of before and after. But this one here is pretty dirty too, but this one's actually clean compared to this one. So we're going to cut some iron bark up today, and it's pretty. It'll be hard. It'll be a good comparison between the two under pretty hard conditions on this timber, because it doesn't get much harder around an area for timber. So yeah, so let's go, Tyson. Let's have a go at it.
Real good.
Yeah, it's good, Tyson. Yeah, it's running really nice, this new saw, or new to us anyway.
Really good.
Yep. So we'll stick the 265s together now and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so we've had our session together cutting timber. This new saw is running absolutely beautiful. The idle was a bit too low on it, so we turned that up a bit there, and it's running a lot better now. The difference between the two, there's virtually no difference, but maybe we swapped over saws and maybe I'm cutting with a different technique, different to Tyson, that may be a bit faster, who knows, but it might come down to the sharpness of the chain, but I think they're very close. But Tyson, what do you find with both saws?
It was super similar in cutting speed. This one here had a little bit of trouble idling at the start. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah, I think I flooded it at one time there, so I thought it was cold, but you get mixed up between the saws, which we're using now. I want to name them. I've already got names for them. I've got to put names on them. Yeah, so I picked the saw and pull the choke right out on hot, and I flooded it. So that's what happened to that one. So it's going good now, Tyson, isn't it? That one there.
It's really good.
Yeah, so they're running beautifully, these two saws, but anyone sees a 365 out there for sale, probably grab one because they're getting a bit hard to find, and they're a beautiful saw, lots of torque for their CC. But I'm starting to really enjoy using these saws. So yeah, thanks.
They definitely
Tyson?
One more thing.
Mm.
They definitely need bigger dogs.
Definitely digger dogs, and they probably, if we can find exhaust for them, we'd love to put a aftermarket exhaust on them too, just for one for a start. If we can find something for it, and then do a comparison, and maybe buy one for the other one just to let them breathe a bit heavier, we'd love to do that too. It's another thing, but the dogs are too small on them.
I was having
yeah,
trouble gripping into some.
The bark's pretty thick here. It's about 20 mil thick, so you have trouble digging in a little bit, and it grips a bit. But yeah, it's they're an awesome saw. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the content, and subscribe and like, or like and subscribe, is it, Tyson? Something like that.
Like and subscribe.
And see you in the next round.